Welcome to CEO Corner and the second segment of our interview with Ambassador David Wilkins. Once again, Ambassador, glad to have you with us. And let's talk about business in South Carolina, business in the United States, and business in the global perspective. What do you see as the challenges for businesses in the global marketplace right now?
Well, I think it's important that the United States not retreat into the walls of protectionism. We're in a global marketplace. President Bush always talked about the free market. He was a sound proponent of NAFTA. I think from my perspective, having just come back from Canada, Canadians are concerned about the rhetoric of candidate Obama when he was talking about renegotiating NAFTA. They're concerned about some of the rhetoric in Congress about protectionism because they rely so much on the export market of the U.S. For their goods. So I think the U.S. has to lead now, and has to lead in this downturn together. We got to come out together, and the only way we can come out together is not retreat behind the walls of protectionism, but lead the whole world and continue to be a free market society.
I may be putting you on the spot a little bit, but in light of all the stimulus packages that have come out, I know we've talked through the years, sometimes the best thing to do is just get out of the way and let things happen. Is it still your philosophy pretty much that, you know, you just got to get out the way and let business make things happen, or is that changed?
Well, it doesn't seem like we learned that lesson. We forget it and repeat our mistakes in the past. I'm afraid that's what Congress and the administration are doing now by this unheard of spending proposals that are coming out of Washington now. But we used to always say, and I think we followed it pretty good when I was Speaker, is that we need to continue to be pro-business, make it our business to be pro-business, and we understand that it's businesses that create jobs, that create wealth. It's not government, and government needs to do a few things and do them quite well, and then we need to get out of the way and let the free enterprise system work. And I'm afraid that we're not doing that right now, and we're moving further and further toward a sort of a socialization or toward more social welfare, and getting us further and further in debt.
Well, with that being said, what do you think the long-term repercussions from that are for say the state of South Carolina and for the United States, and if you could take it to the next step, what happens in the global marketplace if we continue down this road?
Well, you know what, I don't know that anybody knows that, because we've never spent at this level. We've never had a president propose this type of expenditures and a budget, and but we're getting further and further and further in debt, and you and I may not end up suffering from it, but certainly our children and our grandchildren will, because they're the ones that have to pay it off and pay it back. And at some point in time, we just got to learn to say no and let the free market system work.
Well, what do you see as South Carolina's main challenges to kind of get ourselves rolling again, being back, I know, a couple months now? What do you see happening in South Carolina that we could do better to make us a better position coming out of this recession, or the things that you see we can do?
Well, folks like you have a lot better feel for this than I do. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I am very concerned about unemployment in South Carolina. We practically lead the nation in it. We're way above the national average on unemployment, and we're one of the top 3 or 4 in unemployment. And you know, it wasn't too long ago, a decade or so ago, that we led the nation in employment, and was sort of touted as the state that was doing it right and getting it right. And so I think it's all about jobs and job creation, and whatever it takes to do that, we got to focus on that like a laser beam. And I'm concerned that that's just not happening right now.
Well, you know, you talk about recruiting industry into this state, and you're always a great advocate of that, particularly from international type companies. Now, what should South Carolina be doing to recruit more Canadian companies, or is that really something we should be concerned with because our borders are so open, or should South Carolina be focused on kind of more as a investment partner, getting companies to locate here, or is that something that we just need to leave?
No, I think we need to do that. I absolutely do. The state opened up a commerce office in Toronto, and I think that was very positive. I compliment Secretary Taylor for doing that. Georgia's all over it. When I was in Canada, the governor of Georgia was there 3 times on trade missions, recruiting. There's a southeastern United States Atlantic Province of Canada coalition now, and they met in Savannah last year. And you got the 4 or 5 provinces on the east of Canada coming down, meeting with 6 or 7 southeastern governors. And so there's a real thrust going on in the southeast to I think, concentrate on Canadian businesses. We have some Canadian businesses, obviously, located here in South Carolina. We got Michelin has 3 plants in Nova Scotia, for example. So I think there's a great opportunity there.
Well, I think that's the real issue that I think you brought it up, working on a more regional type scenario versus South Carolina against Georgia, Georgia against North Carolina. Really, regionally, we're competing against India and China and all. Really, our region should be working together more so than against each other to recruit these different types of companies. So with that being said, Ambassador, we appreciate you being here, and I know you're awful kind to come and sit down and just share some of your thoughts with us, and we're absolutely delighted to have you back in South Carolina, delighted to have you back contributing to what you did so well for us for so many years, and look forward to your continued involvement to make the state a better state.
Well, thank you, Otis. And I'm not in elective office anymore, but anything I can do to help you and help the chamber, I'll be right there for you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you. And thank you for joining us on CEO Corner. And join us next week, and we'll have another guest, and we'll talk what's good for business in South Carolina.